Ton of value, guys, as I break down last week in the Topstep Combine, some things I never thought I'd experience inside the Combine that I definitely want to tell you about. I did take a reset, and that was by choice. So I do want to tell you why I finally decided to take a reset inside the Topstep Combine, as well as some thoughts that you might want to think about if you're a trader going into things this week like CPI and FMOC. Now, I don't want to go too much into last week because I did make a video last week, but I do want to show you how the week ended and kind of some struggles that led to the reset. Guys, I started off pretty flat and then not breaking rules early on in the Combine, which you got to follow the rules. I found myself really close to my trailing max drawdown. And every single day I found myself, instead of thinking like, let's make good trades and let's take things day by day, all I kept thinking about was, how am I not going to get reset? How am I not going to get reset? I only have $600 before I get reset. I only have $800 before I get reset. And it was like taking over my brain. And I knew, and this happened to me on day 7. On day 7, what happened was I knew that I had a daily loss in my own brain. Like, I have a $3,000 daily loss, but in my own brain, I don't want to take more than $1,000. But what was happening was I was getting to like 800, and I'm like, wow, if I wanted to take off now, if I wanted to cut it a day, that means tomorrow I'd only have a $200 until my break even or till I got my trailing max, and I'd have to reset anyway. So I found myself like gambling just to get above the reset, and it was just throwing everything off. And that particular day I survived, and I profited $484. So I had this slow, steady rise. But on day 6 and day 7, I was actually below my trailing loss. And then I had to take some YOLO, some risky plays up the contracts just to get myself above the trailing loss. So I was not doing the Combine. I was avoiding this break even. And with Topstep doing half offs their resets, and knowing that I would also get back $3,000 of profit that I would have to make, because you have to make 9. So now I really had to make 12 because I was so far in the hole. It just was a mess. And on day 8, I was like, if I go in the red, it's going to be a bad day for me, and I'm going to have to get reset. The same thing happened to me. I took 2 losses. I was down $500. I took a winner, and then I took another loss, and I was down like $700. Same thing. I was so close to the daily max drawdown that I started doing the same things I was doing on day 6 and day 7. I think I was trading like 5 contracts just to get back above that. And when you're trading lots of contracts, I hit the daily loss limit of 3,000 because the trades didn't go my way like they did in 6 and 7. And I gotta say, this was like almost a relief. I almost wanted to get reset, and I wanted to have Topstep reset me so that I didn't have to like do it myself and continue this grind, this fight. Like I said, I wasn't fighting to be profitable. I wasn't fighting to trade and do well in the Combine. I was just fighting the daily loss limit. So if you find yourself in a position where you're there, strongly consider the reset because it might be better in the long run. I paid $50 more to get $3,000 back in profit, $4,500 back of max drawdown, and I could still continue to grow the account up and be profitable with that reset. I never planned on doing it in one take anyway, so I think this was the right time to take the reset. And this leads to another question I got inside my Discord that you might have too. Why did I choose the 150 versus the 50,000 or even the 100,000? And for me, it really was that max drawdown. So the way I saw it, I could pay $165, or you can use my link and get a little bit of money off to get $1,000 daily loss limit, right? 325 is essentially double that. And I don't know why anybody would really go in the middle anyway, but that got you 2. But at 375, you're getting a $3,000 drawdown. And then, but it's not 3 times the amount of the 50K, if you know what I mean. So for me, it was like a better bang for your buck to give yourself a little bit of leeway. That's the way I thought about it in my mind. Now that I've been doing it for 2 weeks, I don't know. It doesn't really much matter whether you do the 50 or the 150. Also, too, with 150, I felt a little bit more confident trading 1 and sometimes 2 contracts, where with the $50,000 account, I really would want to be trading micros or even 1 mini account. So like that also came into the frame of mind when you get to step 2 and they start scaling you down and limiting the amount of contracts that you can use. So here's how the rest of the week played out, guys. I did that reset, and then I had the reset day 1. I made $551. That's been my best day of the full 2 weeks so far. The following day, I was down $867. Like I said, that's okay for me. And this was one of those days, kind of like today, which I'll show you today, where I had great entries. It just didn't go my way. And It didn't go my way for a couple times in a row, and I got out of there. Like I said, I could lose up to $3,000, but for me, I'm not willing to lose more than $1,000. So when I got to 876, I was like, that's it for me. And I pretty much went from up 551, down 324, but in a much better position, being a lot more disciplined and not going into those blow up stages like I did. And this kind of shows how Topstep makes you a better trader. I pretty much YOLO'd the beginning of the last combine. I got smacked. I took big losses. You saw in that video, $1,000, $2,000 losses in a day. Screwed. I said, oh, I get 3,000, so I can lose 2. That's not the way it goes. You get 3,000, but you should really only be thinking you can only lose what you can get back in a day. And I know that my best days are probably going to be between $500 and $1,000, so I really should not be losing any more than $500 to $1,000. Let's look at today, guys. Today wasn't a great day, down $1,100, pretty much the max. I probably should have stopped after 4 losses. I only took 5 trades. I lost all 5 of them. If we look at the combine today, all big ones. Average loss, though, 220. That's kind of my 2 to 3 point stop. So I'm okay with them. And looking at the entries now in hindsight, I think that I don't know what changes I could have made a little bit differently, but I'll at least walk you through where I was talking about. And today is going to be Monday the 12th. We got FMOC and CPI coming in tomorrow, so we'll talk about that in a second. This is on the 2000 tick chart, guys. Here we can see we had a little bit of volume through. We broke through the 9 EMA. I pretty much, on this pullback, decided to go long, hoping for some continuation. It just didn't happen. It pulled right back to the 9 EMA, and I got stopped out. Simple as that. Same thing here, and this is kind of where there was a chop beginning from pretty much here to here that I probably should have been a little bit more conscious of. But like I said, I liked this entry here. Probably, maybe, if anything, I could have waited a little bit more, but I wanted to try and catch this move to the outside. There was a lot of volume on the book map. We had just broke through liquidity. It just didn't happen this time. Same thing happened here. I thought I just missed this move, ducked back, pull back a little bit more, but still, we had a lower high, we had a higher high, and a higher low. So I was watching this trend. Once again, I thought, all right, we're a little closer to the 9 EMA. I'm still pretty bullish on this play. Let's go up. And then here, I actually could have taken some play, but this is one of those situations where I'm trying to be a little bit more patient with my trades. 2 points. Sometimes I take off 2 points, but this, I really had a higher target and I was trying to hold on to it. And what happened, it pulled back down. I got stopped out again. So once again, like the entry, could have taken 2 points, but I'm not looking for 2 points. I'm really looking for the target. I got stopped out. Here was a situation where I tried to maybe catch a little bit of a falling knife. I pretty much went short. As we broke through VWAP, I was looking for that to act as resistance again. So we broke down through VWAP, came up, bounced off VWAP, and I was looking for a continuation downward. The MACD was also trending down, and I pretty much sold the bottom. This was a bigger stop than I should have, but like I said, I'm not trying to make stops where dollar amounts are. I'm trying to make stops where the trade is invalid, and to me, the trade was invalid once we got above this candle, and that's exactly where I got stopped out. Once again, not the best entry, but I at least validated it with my plan and my strategy. That, to me, usually works. Today, it didn't. When we come back up here, we see the same thing, a pullback. I wanted to see a break above. I decided to go long. It did come up and then went back down against me. This was all on a little bit of chop. I did get maybe a little bit of FOMO after I missed this entire move. I was looking for maybe this nice powerful move, a little bit of pullback to test, and then a continuation on, which it kind of tried to do. But once again, the same way that I got stopped here and then tried to re-enter and got stopped, where this is really one trade for me, the same thing happened here. I got long, I got stopped. It started to keep going in my favor. I got a little bit of FOMO. This is maybe this trade right here, a little bit over trading. Like I said, that 5th trade. And that's when I got stopped out again. I was like, I'm over trading. I got to get the hell out of here. I can handle a $1,100 loss, which is going to put me down about $1,500 so far on this combine reset. If we look at this reset so far, like I said, down 1461. But some things that I want you to show you as opposed to last week, and this is the learning process. My average losing trade, much smaller than last week. I think it was like $600-700 last week. Largest losing trade, 325. So even though I'm red, and I know some people are going to be like, you're the worst trader in the world. I've been trading now for a year. I've had spells like this where I've had a couple down days, down weeks, and even a down month. But those are going to happen. I just need to make sure that my entries are still good. Sometimes it's not going to go with you, and we got to keep our losers really, really small. Right now, my largest winning trade, pretty much the same size as my biggest losing trade. We talked about the averages last week about how that might be a little bit different. But I'm very, very happy with the combine so far moving into the rest of the week. To be honest, I'm probably going to take off tomorrow and I'm going to take off on Wednesday. I personally do not want to trade CPI and FMOC. CPI is before the market opens. I don't want anything to do with that. Even though the move and everything, it's still, I think, going to chop around into FMOC. I'm still not great at identifying the chop. I do tend to overtrade. I kind of like today. I know that it's better if I just shut it down, come back, no FOMO. I'll see you on Thursday. It'll be good. And then maybe we'll do a live stream this week. If you have any questions, guys, please let me know. If you want to try Topstep, try and become a better trader, trade with other people's money, there is a link down in the description below to get some money off your combine, which is a great deal. And if you want to talk about all the things we're talking about, see all my live trades and things like that, jump inside the Discord. It's very, very affordable. We got some traders in there talking combines. I think we have 3 combine people inside the Discord right now, and that number continues to grow as I make more videos and people know that I'm doing the combine. Till I see you on the next one, guys. Stay positive, work really, really hard. Please be kind to other people. I'll catch you on the next video.